The ceramics started a long time ago when I was painting with silk with Alan Campbell, who was my partner at that point in time. And I've always had a special thing for utilitarian things, and ceramics are one of them. So I decided to start playing with ceramics. And I joined a ceramics club called 78th Street Pottery in New York City, and it was one of those where you became a member pottery, and so I started with it. And I would take pots, clay home and pinch them, and then go back there, and I could fire them, and I could glaze them there. And I enjoyed that, and I've always enjoyed it, especially because of it being utilitarian. Well, at that moment in time, there was this man by the name of Paulus Berenson, who was very, very big in the ceramic world. He was a pinch potter, and he worked out of a school down in North Carolina or South Carolina. And I got to know him through a number of people, and of course he was the guru. He was the ceramics guru, and so he was very good. And then, of course, when I came to Tucson, I met this man by the name of Maurice. Good. And he was the ceramics teacher at the U of A. And of course there was a union there that we made. And so I've kept going with them, enjoying them, because they are what they are. I've never made anything great about them. So the ceramics have been always a part of my creativity up until about a year or two ago, when I sold my kiln and I lost my studio, and so I haven't done anything now for maybe 2 years, but enjoy it, and I enjoy it. It was very simple. It wasn't like, it was just simple pottery, simple hand-built pottery. Very important and very, very enjoyable. So I don't have a studio now, so I'm not able to. I'm a little older, and I'm not sure my hands can be manipulative as they were before. So there are those people who were influences. Okay, this painting I did when I was in high school. So that's a sort of early taste of what I was going to do, okay? And then this painting I did when I moved to Tucson, Arizona. I met this artist, and Martín Quintanilla, and I was just floored by him. It was so wonderful to get involved in these Hispanic or Mexican kind of things, especially after New York. It was like this was a different thing. So he sat for me in a painting. He sat for me, which really enjoyed. That's a painting of my mother in her garden. Down there is her cat. And up here behind this painting is her dog. And so that was taken in Woodstock. That's a Woodstock painting. So this is a Tucson painting. And this was Val, who was my handyman at the time, and his Hopi family. So it's Val, and then his young son, and then his wife, and his daughter, and his older son. And these are part of their ritual things. It was a good time. I had a good painting of him, I think. It was fun. It's fun to do those kind of things. This is Mary Lou Williams, one of the first people I met in Tucson when I came to Tucson was Mary Lou Williams, who's a wonderful artist. She and Martín Quintanilla, who you have a painting of. This is a self-portrait I did. I've done a number of them, and each of them has a different aspect to it. So down below is the beginning of my drawing of it, and then up above is the painting. And it has the two angels. Not that I'm an angel, at any rate. I enjoy doing them. They all have a little bit of a meaning to them. This is a painting called Kukuripa. Now, Kukuripa is one of those old Tibetan gurus. He was known to have, Kukuripa means he's a dog lover, right? And there's a whole story about him and his dog loving and how he'd gone to heaven but returned to earth to keep his dog well. that's Kukuripa, and it's about, Kukuripa's about, actually me, I suppose you'd say, going off into the light, and the dog leading into the light. I was living on White Street in New York City in a loft that belonged to Alan Campbell, and I had done a number of paintings after I had done a cross-country tour. This painting was called Dancing Through the Light Coming from My Window. Then there's that other big painting called the dark. Anyway, I did a number of those paintings, and there were some very beautiful paintings. There was paintings called about a stream, and it was all a series in which I was sort of semi-abstract. It was fun to do. I enjoyed that, and I had there are a number of them around that are particularly here, like this one back here. It's got a big hole in it now. That was when the breeze blew it over on this chair. And a lot of my pieces around here are damaged one way or the other. A lot of it because I had nowhere to store them or do anything with them, so they've kind of got remnants. That's why the show was called Remnant Show. It was a show of the remnants of years of work. And I liked it. I had a long time. I went back, God knows how many years, when I lived in Sag Harbor, New York. I had all sorts of paintings from there. And my assistants there were Helen and Elizabeth, and that was fun. You know, it was good times. I had good times. And I painted basically what I saw or what I have. It's not like I'm some great thinker or, you know, my work is my work because this is where I was. This is what I was about. These were the people in my life and the experience in my life. And so there is, it all has a remnant, a meaning to it all. You know, there was Val and his Hopi family, and Kukuripa, the Buddhist thing, and all about our journey forward into light. So it's all about, that's what my art is about. I'm not a conceptual artist. In other words, I don't think of these big concepts and do a lot of intellectual work about it. It's more direct. It's what I experience. And I think that's with a lot of artists, it's a very important thing to really, there are people that this is what their experience is. It's not as though this is what their concept is. So I feel pretty good about all of that. And we continue on. I don't know what's next, you know, we don't know what's next. But I'm sure it'll be fruitful in its own way.